Hey guys, so I just wanted to get on here and do a quick video. I have been doing, well, I've done a few videos doing like my top 5 highlighters, eyeshadow palettes, etc, and today I wanted to do my top 5 and worst 5 primers, and I need to get through as quickly as possible because I am losing light like crazy. So let's just jump straight into it, and these are in no particular order in regards to like my top 5, my worst 5. They're just like, now my first one isn't going to be like my favorite top 5, it's not like that. So yeah, let's just get straight into it. Okay, so the first one that I have is the Professional License to Block by Benefit. A lot of my primers are sample size because I used to get them in like glossy box and other subscription boxes. Now this one isn't actually a primer as such, it's more, well, the way that you're supposed to use it is, say during the day your makeup gets a little bit oily, you're supposed to be able to take this and put it on the areas where it's oily and it's going to make it matte. But I prefer to use this as a primer because it just helps to keep my makeup matte during the day, and I don't get as much shine when I use this. I'm not too sure how much the full size is. I may invest in the full size. I've got so many primers that I need to get through, like full size and sample size, that I may have to wait a while before getting this one. So that one is the Benefit Professional License to Block. I really like this, just putting it all over the face and then putting my foundation over. The next one is the Nivea Express Hydration Primer. I actually have 2 of these ones. As you can see, this one has like a pink rim and I've got another one with a blue rim. One of them is for sensitive skin, the other one is for like normal skin, and both of them work the exact same way for me, and I just find that my foundation glides on when I use this primer. I absolutely love it. It is really hydrating without being too oily. I do find that I would have to blot during the day a little bit more once I've used this one as opposed to if I'd used this one, but either way I just like the way that my foundation sits on top of this primer. And the good thing is this one is actually really quite, it's quite affordable. When I got it, it was like £2 something at Superdrug. It was on special offer, but even still I think it's under £5 even, you know, at full price. Next is the Strivectin Illuminating Serum. Again, this is like another sample one that I got. I absolutely love this, absolutely love it. You can use it on its own, you can use it under foundation. It helps to minimize my pores. It makes my skin just look so beautiful and flawless. I absolutely love this primer. The full size one of this is really expensive. Like Strivectin is really expensive. So I try not to use this too often because I know that once I run out of it, if I really do want to rebuy it, it's going to cost me probably about, what was it, about £60. It's no joke. It is an expensive primer, but I love the effects of it. It's illuminating, but it's not oily. I hate looking oily, and when I'm at work I'm constantly like blotting my face with tissue because I just hate the look of excess oil on my skin. But this just helps to illuminate my skin without making me look oily. I absolutely love it, and if you can spare the money, then I'd say go for it, but I'm just trying to use this sparingly so I don't run out anytime soon. Next is the Meet Makeup Diamond Heart Base Primer. This is actually a full size. I remember a long time looking this up and, you know, finding out how much it was. I can't remember off the top of my head how much it was, but it was quite a bit because apparently it has real diamond in it. I don't know what the diamond is supposed to do, but I'm not too sure, but I do like the way that my foundation goes on top of this primer. It is gorgeous. This is again one of those primers that I use very rarely. I don't use it very often simply because I don't want to go through it and end up having to go and buy another one because they are, I mean, come on, something with diamond in it, it's gonna be expensive. So not as expensive as the Strivectin, but it's still expensive. But I just love the way my foundation glides on over this. It doesn't really do much in regards to keeping my face matte. I do need to block quite a bit once I have used this primer, but gives such a good base for when I'm putting on my makeup. And the last one is the Algenist Reveal Color Correcting Radiant Primer. I absolutely love this. This is basically almost done. I probably have like 1 or 2 uses left out of this. I got a sample of this in some kind of box, and it only had, but it wasn't this size. It was like one of those little paper ones, and you pull up the little sheet, and there's like a little bit of the primer on there, and you can get like 1 or 2 uses out of it. And I absolutely loved it. It really does color correct. It's kind of like a cream with little specks of orange, green and yellow specks in it. And once you put it on your face, the specks do kind of dissolve into the skin. And I feel like it's a great base when I do have problematic skin, when I have spots or dark circles or blemishes. This is a really good primer to use. I did decide to go and get a couple more samples, but I got little tube samples which I found on Amazon or eBay, and they were like £2. It was something like that. They were really cheap for the little sample sizes, and I do think I'm going to invest in a big one in due time, because I only have like a couple of goes of this left. But I only really use this primer when I have problematic skin, when I have spots or dark circles, because this really does help to get rid of some of that dullness or some of that redness, and I don't have to do as much color correcting before I put my foundation on. So now we're going to go through my worst 5, and I'm going to try not to spend too much time on these, because a lot of the reasons why they're my worst 5 are not they're all kind of like the same kind of reasons. So the first one is the Anu Essential Youth Maximizing Serum. This primer is kind of, I don't even know what the word is. It doesn't really do much for my makeup as such. It's just something to, I can't even say it's like a lotion either, because it's really not. It's kind of orange coloured and it's see-through, but it's not quite a gel either. But I just don't see that it does much for my makeup. It doesn't do much for my skin. It's just something to put in between my skin and my foundation, because I can't put foundation on a dry face. I have to have something on. This was advertised as a primer, but I just don't see how it doesn't do much in regards to actually priming. Meh. Next is the Hey Honey Good Morning Facial Serum. It's for all skin types, and it does say that you can wear it under your makeup. And again, I don't feel like these really do much. I mean, this one says it's a honey silk facial serum, and I like the fact that it has honey in it. I like things that have honey in it. Well, I tend to, but this, I just don't see, it doesn't do much. It just does not do much. So I definitely wouldn't repurchase. Next is the In Transit Camera Close-Up Moisturizer and Primer by This Works. This is more like a lotion, and this brand, This Works, are really expensive. I was in Boots today and I came across their stand in Boots, and I was just kind of like looking at the prices. I couldn't find this there, but I did see a few of their other things in their range, and they were really expensive. This, unfortunately, I think at first when I used it I liked it, but after a while it was like not working for me, and I just feel kind of like I really would not repurchase this. I'm so sorry. Thank God it was only a sample in a glossy box or whatever. Next is the Jane Iredale Smooth Affair. Again, this is just one of those primers that I really liked at first, and then it just stopped working for me. I find that some products do that. I don't know why, I don't know how, but it just doesn't really do much for me. And thankfully I'm almost finished with this, so I'm gonna just get rid of it, just use it up and get rid of it, because it's just not doing anything for me. It does nothing for my foundation, it does nothing for my skin. I'm just gonna have to pass on this one. And the last one is the MUA Makeup Academy Pro Base Moisturizing Primer, and it looks like this. I just find that this is kind of like a lotion, but it's not really hydrating. It's like once you just put it on, that's it. Doesn't do much. I don't feel like it does anything for my makeup. Again, just like the other ones, it just does nothing for my skin, and I tend to have to blot a ton if I use this. I have to blot a ton. I cannot just use this and not have to worry about like my skin getting oily. It's like I may as well have used olive oil on my skin and then put on my foundation when using this, because it just does absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. I definitely would not repurchase this. I think I'm just going to probably use this as like a moisturizer before I go to bed, just to have something on my skin, because I always have to have something on my skin while I sleep. But this does nothing for my foundation. So I know my lighting was bad. It's because of the time of day that I'm shooting this video, and that's just how it is. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll definitely see you in the next video. Bye.